Hello everybody, this is Ben for BenCatSinker, here with another Overwatch theory, actually. A new hero has been released, well, quote-unquote hero. You see, here's the confusion. Jeff Kaplan said the 24th hero would not be who we think it is. But I am here today to argue that the hero is in fact who we think it is, or you could say what. Because Doomfist is an Omnic. Now hear me out on this, alright? We're gonna start from the beginning, okay? So, you have this character here, this new character, as you see on the right side of the screen. Her name is Effie Oladell, and you can go catch this on the Atlas News page on Overwatch, the official website. She's an 11-year-old from Nimbani. She was born there, raised by her parents, her mom and dad, who gave her a robotics kit at a very early age, and she tried to build robots to do her chores and help around the house. Her parents think it's cheating and it's no fair. She laughs. She wants to create things that make everyone's lives better, and someday her dream is to build something that can keep everyone in Nimbani safe, like the new OR-15s, which I'm guessing are an Omnic unit of defense for Nimbani. They're probably pretty powerful. Anyway, she thinks that would be great. So she's trying to make something that can basically do what Omnics do, pretty much. But yeah, I that's really all I can say about that. Anyway, so the questions are, how did she get into robotics and artificial intelligence? I already just explained that. It's amazing what you've been able to accomplish at your age. How do you do it? And mind you, she's 11. I'm not sure how to answer that. I just do it. I guess I'm very lucky that my parents put up with it. Robots can be messy, you know, and expensive. And then they say, speaking of which, do you have any plans for what you're going to do with your grant? So she won a really big grant for like money and such. New computer, college tuition. Oh, I have an idea. And then they ask, no hint? And then her response is, it's a secret for now, but my parents are taking me on a trip to celebrate. It'll be my first time flying, so I can't wait. Now, so she's going somewhere. We don't know where she's going. What I'm thinking is that potentially, and this is just me being a conspiracy theorist for games and just life in general, I would say that maybe she's flying to Oasis. I don't know. This is one of those things that just, it's in that gray area of I don't know. But as you can see, she's got this sort of, she's got a glove, she's got something in her hand. She's got some cool earrings there, well, headphones actually. She's got headphones on, kind of like Lucio. So I think potentially Lucio has been an inspiration to her. I'm not sure about that. Again, don't quote me on that, but her style, look at her style, green, yellow, headphones, got music going on. She looks very similar to Lucio, except for she's more of a mechanic. So what I'm thinking, and alright, so let's just get into a match here. Enough talking, let's get the gameplay rolling. Okay. Alright, we'll just get the gameplay working here. Yeah, so. What I'm thinking is that based on her looks, and if you want to see those real quick, if you want to see the looks while we're waiting out the game servers, here's how she looks. She's got the headphones, she's got the similar colors, sort of similar style, hairstyle as well. And I don't know, she seems to mimic Lucio's style, like she seems to know who he is. Now, let's say that a kid was inspired to make something. Let's say the kid could afford to make an Omnic. And then we ask ourselves the question, what's the difference between AI and Omnic? And then we also start to ask ourselves, what would it be like to be an Omnic, like Zenyatta, living in Nimbani? And you see all these little kids literally creating other life forms like you. I mean, what do you think of that? What would you... Imagine how awkward that would be, just seeing someone... I mean, that would be like being a human and like coming up upon these like sentient life forms, and they're literally building humans and experimenting and seeing what they can create out of human fleshy parts. Just put that in, picture that in your head for now, and think about how an Omnic feels living in Nimbani. That's gotta be weird as fuck. Anyway, time to start the match. So that aside, jokes aside here. So let's say she's inspired by Lucio. She wants to. It seems like she was gonna make something better than what were they called? The OR-15s? Yeah. OR-15s, whatever those are. And I'm not. Again, I don't know what the hell those are. But the OR-15s, she wants to create something better than that. So, what could be better than OR-15s? And again, I think OR-15s are probably pretty strong. We can assume they're very strong Omnics if they're able to defend Imbani from, say, attackers like Talon and other such, well, terrorist organizations, I guess, as they're called. But Overwatch was considered a terrorist organization, right? Yeah, it was, actually, now that I think about it. Very laggy game, goodness. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Go to settings real quick. Sorry about this. Video.
Attackers incoming.
Advanced?
30 seconds.
It's not. I don't know what it is. I really don't. This is just weird. Whatever. It's just laggy in general, I guess.
And if you get into trouble, I'll bail you out.
So anyway, we'll just have some gameplay in the background, even if it's kind of shitty. Alright, so what I'm thinking is that if she's inspired by Lucio, and I'm sorry for the long pause there. Anyway, if she's inspired by Lucio, I just want to get this video out, to be honest with you. That's kind of my goal right now. If she is inspired by Lucio, she might try to make someone that's kind of like strong like Lucio. And although it seems like Lucio's kind of new to this whole story, I feel like people are saying that what's currently happening is taking place like in current day Nimbani, like very current day, like they're saying it takes place just basically in the current Overwatch timeline, along with Winston and all this other stuff happening where Reaper shot Winston, went into his office and all that. You know what I'm talking about. It's not even his office. What the hell am I saying? I'm tired, okay? But I really wanted to discuss this with you. So there have been some common speculations that Effie is, or Effie Oladell, gosh, I can't remember the name right now, that Effie Oladell is going to create Doomfist. Now, there's a few things wrong with this, but at the same time I don't see anything wrong with it. She's trying to create probably an Omnic about as strong as Lucio, or an AI, I don't know. What really is an Omnic? What's an AI? Do we really know? Not really. So, what I'm seeing is that if you get an Omnic that strong, and again, we don't know much about the Doomfist yet. If we're being plain honest, we don't know much. We don't know jack shit about the Doomfist. We don't know if it chooses its wielder. We don't know if it has a mind of its own. Again, Terry Crews could literally just be the fist, and could be talking, could latch onto whatever. So potentially we could have a character with like two voices. You have the voice of the Omnic, or the AI, and then you could have Terry Crews' voice in the fist controlling the AI. And this is what I'm getting to, is that maybe, wouldn't it be fascinating if on Unity Day, if this is gonna be like a Superman type vision, so this kid thinks of her Omnic as basically like a Doomfist. Or no, not a Doomfist, as a Lucio type character, a Superman, if you will. If you want to relate to this sort of more common real world type thing, she thinks of this Omnic as Superman. She wants to create like an Omnic Superman just to protect the city, obviously. And what she's gonna do is she's gonna make it really powerful, right? Really smart, really strong, yeah. And she's gonna use her special grant to make that. One thing that I see happening, and this is just speculation. This is all speculation, so take it with a grain of salt. Sure, Torb. Take it with a grain of salt, and don't blame me if I get it wrong. This is just me predicting the plot of Overwatch. This is a potential plot right here. They might not even have it fully fleshed out yet. It might not even drop on Unity Day. We might not even get a new hero for like a whole nother year. We don't know. Hopefully it won't be as long as the Sombra ARG, but that ARG was pretty fascinating because guess what? Turns out E54 Bastion was an espresso machine. Good on you, Bastion. Anyway, but that's besides the point. Okay, so we have this Superman Omnic, and I mean he's cool and all. He's awesome. He's all, you know. He's good as is. The one thing that would make him overpowered as heck, and maybe, yeah, I don't know if the Doomfist would possess an Omnic because it's metal. Maybe it has its own mind. I don't know, but it seems to fit differently on each person. It seems to adapt itself differently. So it almost seems to take control of part of you. Let's say that whatever is inside the Doomfist, the AI that controls the Doomfist, if there is one, was to possess an Omnic body, like a Superman Omnic body. Well, you could have the potential to have a Terry Crews type personality right there. Or another thing would be that the kid already programmed a personality into the AI, given the level of technology in Overwatch's universe. Date of the Atlas News article aside, with more time shenanigans, obviously, you have this level of technology in Overwatch that's pretty incredible, but also kind of scary, because it could backfire, and that much is obvious. And anything can backfire, obviously, but yeah. What I think it would be neat is that if the kid programmed a personality into the Omnic, and the Omnic is like, okay, so imagine a kid's mind. A kid's mind thinks of Lucio, thinks of this guy who's really flamboyant. He's very enthusiastic, explosive almost, a freedom fighter, real freedom fighter. And then you take that thought and then you apply this to an Omnic body. You get the Omnic personality. Okay. Now, wouldn't that be interesting if he stole the Doomfist? Just because he could, like, what if it was an accident and the kid was like, the Effie was just like, no, don't steal that, that's their property, don't steal the Doomfist, it's not for you. But the Doomfist, the fucking the Omnic didn't listen. The Omnic was just so excited to have just power and just freaking went for it. Wouldn't that be something? Now this is just another theory, but what if just in general, maybe the kid will buy the Doomfist. What I'm seeing most likely is that just somehow in general, that Omnic will get the Doomfist, and that Omnic already had the personality of Terry Crews, already had the voice of Terry Crews, so to speak. And I think that's how we get Terry Crews as the voice actor. He's gonna have Genji's voice actor has that metallic edit to his voice, and same with Zenyatta, and I think that's actually it, really. I don't know about Bastion, I don't know, but you know how they have those metallic voice filters? Well, they can do that with any of the characters, any of the voice actors. So if Terry Crews was an official voice actor already in secret, there's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential for him to be the voice of the next hero, the Omnic. So when Jeff Kaplan said it's not who we think it is, it could have been like Reddit theorized, in the sense that it's like a reverse psychology type thing. Oh, it's not going to be who you think it is, because you're not going to think it's Doomfist. You're going to think it's Effie now. But it actually is Doomfist. No. Or just anyone in general. Now, what I'm kind of going with is that maybe what he meant was that it is both who you think it is and it's not. Because it's definitely not who we expected, but at the same time, I think if we're going with the sort of lore theory of Effie basically creating Doomfist's body, like the host of the fist, then I would say that we're pretty spot on. I'd say that we're spot on in the sense that it's not who we think it is. The inventor is the hero that made the hero. If you get what I'm saying, it's hard to explain. Very hard to explain. Along with my ranking. Look, I grind loot boxes like a motherfucker, okay? Anyway, that's besides the point. What you have here is you have an inventor who created an Omnic who became the new Doomfist. The kid's personality, and along with... They basically took Lucio's personality and put it into an Omnic but with their own sort of kid childish twist. How they think that a hero should be, how they think that a defender of the city would act. So that's how you get Doomfist. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen here. I'm not sure who Doomfist originally was, and that doesn't really matter in this theory right now, actually. We just know that the Doomfist might choose its wielder. It could literally possess part of their body. Potentially, anyway. And again, this is just all speculation, and that's why I said take it with a grain of salt. We don't know if it's true, we don't know what's going to be true, we don't know what's false, we don't know anything yet, and that's the whole point of this, it's just to speculate. To have fun thinking about what could be, or what will be, because we don't know if it will be or won't be, we don't know. Again, these things could literally end up being true. But they could also literally end up being false, and that's the whole point of speculation. I just wanted to talk about it, though. See your thoughts in the comments. What do you think's gonna happen? Like, what do you think? Do you think that, because people are saying Effie's definitely not the hero that's gonna be battling. So maybe we'll get, like, a Doomfist with Effie side by side highlight intros, but she won't actually be there physically. I feel like that's potentially a thing. Now, what's going to be really weird is, like, how do Omnics feel about people similar to them, like AI, being controlled by human children? Like, how do they... I briefly touched on this earlier as a joke, but let's say that Effie does control the Doomfist. Like, or maybe Effie doesn't. Again, maybe Effie doesn't, but let's say that if she did. How awkward would that be to be Zenyatta or just Zenyatta, or just anyone really, and just think to yourself, I'm a robot. Just the thought. Wouldn't that disturb you, knowing that you could be controlled at any moment? Because to me that would be a bit disturbing. Like, I'm just trying to make a point there. That would be kind of spooky. I don't know. Well, what do you think about that? What do you think about the whole Omnics sees robot being controlled by human? Like, what? How would that make a person feel, or an Omnic feel? How would that make? That's like that's a deep question. We're touching the deep subjects of Overwatch here, aren't we? But just imagine the possibilities of Doomfist there. I think there's some potentially good lore here. Now, where Doomfist is going to actually come into the story, that is very much speculated upon. But what people... Here's some common stuff here that people are thinking might happen. Or just based on the Facebook comments I've seen and just Twitter comments, just kind of this common speculation that, hey, when it's Unity Day, Lucio is going to have a concert because he has his new song out recently for Heroes of the Storm. They're going to be playing that in the animated thing. I just called it a thing, didn't I? No, animated short. They're going to have that in the animated short, and he's going to be playing that at his concert. Then, at some point, Doomfist is going to crash the party. Or the...
in the mountains. I wish I could go climbing.
whatever Doomfist's name is, you know. We don't really know. Oh, really, mate? Just kidding. We don't know what the name is of the Omnic that will be Doomfist, but I'm seeing it as, yes, the hero is both Doomfist and isn't, because the real hero is the person who made the Omnic, but at the same time the Omnic has its own conscience, or the Fist does, and it's the real hero. So yeah, the hero is not who we think it is. It's a set of heroes that are technically one hero. Gosh, how do you... That's a real... Jeff Kaplan, that's a real doozy. What you just did there, that's a real nice mind screwing that you gave us. If I'm right at all about this at all, just in general, which I don't know if I am, but that was hilarious. Again, I don't know if I'm right about it or wrong, but that's kind of how I see it. You can put how you see it in the comments. Like, what do you think will happen? Again, it won't be any kid wielding the Doomfist. Rather, it'll be, because we're not gonna be beating up kids in a video game. It's not It's not Blizzard's style, especially not for the rating of the game. It's just not likely. That's what I've been seeing. It's not likely. So I guess take from that what you will. We're either going to have, and again I see, because we don't really know what the Omnic looks like, and you're saying, oh well, in the poster Doomfist looks awfully human. I agree. That Doomfist does look kind of like a cyborg from Teen Titans or so, or you know, just, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. The Doomfist that is pictured in the concept art so far, just based on the shadowing, looks like a cyborg. And that would be an interesting line to draw if it was a cyborg, because you have a... No, an android is what I meant to say. Android, that's what I'm trying to think of, yeah. So, Doomfist could be an android of sorts, and while being programmed, have his own personality. But look human. I don't know how that would work exactly, but again, technology is expanding very fast in Overwatch. Like, that's just a known fact of the Overwatch universe. Technology is expanding to almost uncanny levels, actually, given the Omnic crisis. Yeah, so pretty much to uncanny and unsafe levels. So, you know, there could definitely be some human-looking robots out there, potentially. I was like, jump! I didn't make it. Sorry, I just found that kind of funny. Anyway, so what you have here is you have a sort of, how do I say it? It's like a, I don't know. It's interesting to think about, isn't it? What could be of Doomfist and what couldn't be, but you could almost guarantee there could be some Overwatch, some bots that would look like humans. It's not entirely out of the question, is it? Like, I know it's not something we've ever seen in Overwatch, but again, there's some inconsistencies actually, and some of the art have been pointed out before, even by the devs of Overwatch. So I just think that's worth mentioning, because not everything is consistent with the lore. Not everything is. It's hard for even the creators to be consistent with it, because I mean, it's such a big story, and they're crafting it out as they go. They're literally lore crafting as they go. So, Doomfist could be anyone. It could be any Omnic, it could be any AI, it could be an android. And the reason I thought android was interesting, because you have a cyborg, and then you have people with, like, potentially, like, Omnic-made tech on them, like, transhuman prosthetics and such. And then you have, like, you have complete Omnics that function like humans. It's like the line there between Omnic and human is very interesting, but we have yet to see an android that looks human but is Omnic. And I feel like that could be where this is headed, if they stick with the concept art. Because androids could be controlled, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Either way, I thought that was an interesting thought to just interesting thought process to just think about it and be like, well, what could be of Doomfist? Who could Doomfist be? I don't know. So we discussed that Doomfist could be an Omnic, could basically be an AI, an android, whatever, and might steal the fist. Fist might attach itself to him. The personality might be the fist. The personality might be the AI. We don't know, but it's something like that, because there's no way that that kid or the kid from the short with Tracer in it are going to be Doomfist. That's not how this is gonna go. That's just it's obvious. So this is just what I'm seeing here. And again, if you don't agree with me, it's fine, but do leave creative critique in the comments below, like what you think, you know, your theories on Doomfist, what will become of Doomfist. And will he crash the party? Will he say okay, and I had some abilities in mind for like an android. I mean, just Doomfist in general, because I thought he would be a human or something, like a bulky human looking like Terry Crews. I I thought, these were just my thoughts, that I thought potentially, what if he had like a Winston punch ability, like kind of like Lucio's animation, but it's like he jumps up in the air like Winston, and when he's falling down, he says, anyway, that was kind of weird. But yeah, I had an ability in mind. Think about it like Winston mechanics, like Winston jump mechanics, but with Lucio's kind of punch the ground type of thing. But maybe it causes like an explosion, like the Doomfist from the cinematic. So you have him saying something like and this would just be like a Terry Crews kind of cameo type thing. This would be a cool voice line where he says, "Have some spice," and then he like just punches the ground. That would be hype. Speaking of Oasis, here we are now. But that would be pretty hype. I feel like this is going to be the Lucio that we see if they have a Unity Day concert. I feel like we'll see Lucio looking like this. I wonder if anyone knows that, like, no, they know that Lucio is Lucio. I was just trying to think, like, do they know? I think this is the city of science. Potentially, if Effie could fly anywhere, she'd probably fly here, right? So where scientific development is just off the charts. That's what I would think. I mean, where do you think Effie is flying to? Do you think it's significant? The only place we know of is Oasis, unless they could extend the ARG maybe for a map, or they would release the hero, then a map later on. Like, based on the location. They could do anything with it. Again, this is their game. This is their story. And I'm going to enjoy it either way, and I'm sure it'll be an interesting journey no matter what. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it, to see where they take Doomfist, because even I don't know at this point. Like, it's a mystery. There's quite a few possibilities, and I listed off many of them in the video already. But basically, Effie is kind of a child prodigy like Sombra, except for she has parents. Like, parents didn't die. I feel like if we get a bio, I feel like we'll just get a bio of the actual Omnic itself and how Effie made it. I don't feel like we'll get much of a story on Effie. We already got our backstory on Effie, so Effie would not be the hero. That's more evidence to show that Effie would not be the hero. It's because we already know everything about Effie to possibly know. What Effie's going to do, however, is what's being hinted at. And what's the big hero hype that they've been teasing lately? The ARG that's been occurring is all Doomfist. So when they say that they don't know that the hero isn't who we think it is, that probably just means that it's because it's two heroes, really. It's basically two heroes, to be quite honest about it. It's literally like two heroes in one. Maybe three if the Fist has its own personality. Who knows? It could literally be three heroes. It's most likely to be two, though. I mean, if we're being honest, it's most likely to be two. So put in the comments below, do you think the Doomfist chooses its, do you think it chooses its hero? Do you think it, you know, this is one of those discussion videos. This is one of those Overwatch theory craft / discussion videos, whatever I called it last time. It's open for discussion, open for you to think about things and think about, hey, maybe this could happen. But this one is less supported by evidence. There's only a little bit of evidence. This is more theory and speculation. So maybe I'll call it that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what I call it. Because even I don't know what I'm going to call it, to be honest with you. I really don't. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see where the story goes. I think it'll be quite fascinating, no matter what they do.
Soldier 76 reporting for duty.
And again, I don't know. The little thing I want to talk about as well, since the game isn't over yet, is that Atlas News. Have you ever noticed how the articles, and even on Numerico, if you remember the ARG, the dates of what was happening were in 2017 and 2016, rather than 2075. Meaning that the events are before the Omnic Crisis, or both before and after. Like, I don't know where I'm going with that, but that there's some time travel stuff going on here. Or inconsistencies with the devs, but I'd almost prefer to think time travel if they want to expand the story more, potentially. Because if they go with time travel, that can lead to a lot of things being theorized, I guess, actually, really. Like the fact that Sombra can literally time travel. I mean, if you think about it, the whole weird date inconsistency happened with Sombra. It started with Sombra, I believe. I could be wrong again, and this is just speculation. It seems like all these events are happening real time, and yet they're not. And doesn't that just make you think, like, the dates are inconsistent, they say they're happening real time, but they're actually just happening in the future, but it's, at the same time it's in the past. According to the actual Overwatch dates and timelines, it's in the past, but it's also in the future now. It's so confusing, and that's why I'm planning on making a theory video about that at some point, about Sombra, time travel, and the multiple timelines theory. Actually, that's what I'm gonna call it, multiple timelines theory. That's the plan anyway. I know it sounds kind of weird, it sounds kind of like, what? It doesn't make any sense, but it will if you just kind of think about it. Anyway, that's gonna be it in this video. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, or favorite, or whatever you... whatever. I don't give a crap. Go have fun. Go enjoy your day. Just kidding. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, or favorite, or whatever you feel is necessary, and I will see all of you lovely beings in the universe in whatever I upload next. Thank you for watching, and leave your comments below on what you think Doomfist will be like, how you think he'll be, who you think he'll be, and do you think it's still going to be Terry Crews, the voice actor? Maybe a metallic sounding Terry Crews, but still keep the personality? Well, let's spice it up when we find out what happens in the next thing that I upload. Mwah.